Hey everyone, in this video, let's take a look at DeepSeek and compare it with OpenAI. In order to do so, let's start here with OpenAI, which is, of course, ChatGPT. And OpenAI does provide a variety of services that you can take a look at as far as AI-generated content. And we'll just take a look here at some of the options that are available. So you can see here that we have the AI video maker, mermaid chart for diagrams and charts, tutor me, form and survey. We've got a lot of other interesting things here to look at. Image generator, they have a Canva GPT, a logo creator. That's quite awesome, being able to take advantage of that. By ChatGPT, we've got Dolly. If you're unfamiliar with Dolly, that is their image generator. So if you want to take advantage of that, you can try giving that a try. Let's go ahead and click on Dolly here. And you can see that we can go ahead and click Start Chat. So we'll go ahead and do that here. And let's go ahead and try something out here. Can you generate... Okay, let's go ahead and see what we get here with Dolly. Now, last time I checked, the restrictions on Dolly were pretty limited as far as how many generations you can get before it was requesting you to get a subscription. So here you can see that we are able to get some images with Dolly right out of the bag, and that's really quite nice. Let's go ahead and ask Dolly, how many images? We'll see if, okay. So interesting. It's saying that there is a limited number, but it's not telling you, it's not telling us exactly how many we can use. But let's go ahead and just head back here and take a look at some of the other GPTs that are available. We have the data analyst, hot mods, creative writing coach, coloring book hero, writing. So we have the Write for Me here. It's going to help to write tailored, engaging content with a focus on quality, relevance, and precise word count. AI humanizer, get human-like content in seconds. This GPT humanizes AI-generated text with free, well, we can let's go ahead and click on that. We'll see what we get from that with free credits available. So that's quite nice. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and continue on. And let's click on see more here. Let's see what other things we get. So yeah, there's a lot of help that you can get here. Cover letters, text to video maker. It's a video maker bot. We were seeing that here a little bit before. Video GPT by Veed. So AI video maker by Video GPT. PowerPoints. So you can see for yourself that we have a lot of different options here that we can play with. And there is some limits to exactly how much you can do, but there are a lot of really interesting options that we can explore here. Let's go ahead and take a look at upgrade plan. And we can see here that for $20, we get everything in free, extended limits on messaging, file uploads, advanced data analysis, and image generation. So it seems to me that they've really opened up the image generation to be accessible through ChatGPT. And used to be that you had to go to the specific Dolly page in order to be able to do that. But now it seems like they've loosened that up to some degree, and you can just go to ChatGPT and you can get quite a few image generations before you are required to do a subscription. So that's going to give you an idea at least of what ChatGPT and OpenAI are offering. And you can see here on the left-hand side with ChatGPT, we have various conversations that we have started. And I can tell you from experience that you can have some pretty great conversations. And then at some point, it's going to tell you that you've reached a limit And from that point, the responses are going to be not as intuitive. It's going to be using a more a previous model, and it's not going to be using, I believe it's the 4.0 model. But that being said, I've used it, and the responses still are pretty good, and it really depends on what it is that you're trying to do. So if you're trying to do like coding, or if you're trying to generate images, or you're trying to do some more advanced stuff, then the responses are going to be limited. Now let's go ahead and take a look at DeepSeek. And one of the things here, I've already asked DeepSeek, are you able to generate images? And DeepSeek at this point is unable to generate images. However, it can generate code. So if you are trying to use DeepSeek for your for an app or something of the sort, then you can use DeepSeek for something like that. And at the moment, DeepSeek appears to be free, but let's take a closer look at that and let's see. Doesn't seem, let's try settings here. Yeah, and it doesn't seem at this point that there are any limitations to what DeepSeek is available. Now, one of the things about DeepSeek, having looked into it, is that DeepSeek is limited in certain regards to certain queries. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but I can, if you do a little bit of research, then you will find that there are limitations to DeepSeek in terms of how it's able to respond to certain questions. And this is something that is kind of an issue across the board with all AIs. ChatGPT is not immune to this, but with ChatGPT, I have found that if you engage with it and you ask questions and you basically challenge ChatGPT, it does have the ability to respond to your criticisms, to your questions, and to provide more less pre-programmed responses, let's say. Whereas with DeepSeek, you're definitely getting some really intuitive answers. I mean, I have been very impressed with how DeepSeek responds to certain questions and inquiries, lines of inquiry, but it does have certain things that it's not going to talk to you about. And again, you can do some research on that to kind of really dig into exactly why it is that it's doing. But as far as all AIs go, there is some question and concern around who is doing the programming and how are they injecting their bias into the responses. I would say that it's a good idea to do your research in this regard. Try different chatbots and go ahead and challenge them, ask them questions, and see what you can do as far as like getting certain responses. And if you find that you prefer how a certain AI responds to certain questions, then that might be the one that you want to stick to. That being said, I really do enjoy DeepSeek. I think that it provides some really interesting intuitive responses. And one of the things that's really cool about DeepSeek is that it will actually give you, let's see if I can give you an example here. It will actually give you a breakdown of its thought process. So you can see here that it will think about what you're asking, and then it will give you a breakdown of what its thought process is, and then it will provide a response. And the responses oftentimes can be very, very interesting, very intuitive. With ChatGPT and with other similar models, the responses can be very interesting, very creative and inventive for sure. But DeepSeek is definitely doing some interesting stuff as far as its responses go. So that gives you an idea of what to expect between DeepSeek and OpenAI, what they're offering, primarily ChatGPT. That's the main comparison is going to be ChatGPT and DeepSeek. And at this point, OpenAI really offers quite a bit that you can use, video generation, image generation, but you are going to need to go with that subscription in order to take advantage of the more advanced features. And it's not entirely cheap. It's $20 a month at this point. Depending on where you are, that might be different. And DeepSeek is free. So that is another thing to take into consideration. If you are looking for some very intuitive responses, then you might want to take a look at DeepSeek. Just be aware that DeepSeek is going to avoid certain topics, and that is a an effect of the programming. So that's a larger question here. We won't get too much into that, but that is something to take into consideration when you are choosing a chatbot to use. And that's all there is to it. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment and like and subscribe for more helpful tips.